Hello, it's Dave from Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. Join me today as I show you how to make delicious Reuben Meatball Sliders, only on Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. Hello to all my Fox Hollow fam. I'm Dave and welcome to Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. Tell me, who doesn't love a good grilled Reuben sandwich? Well, today we're going to make our own take on that. It's a Reuben Meatball Slider. They're simple, they're delicious, and oh so good. So if you're ready, then let's have some fun. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I need a half a cup of rye breadcrumbs. So we made some rye toast here. This is actually pumpernickel, as long as it's dry. And it should only take about 2 or 3 big slices. So I'll try 2 and see how much I get. I need a half cup of breadcrumbs total. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think that's probably about half a cup. That was 2 big slices. So we're going to put that aside and move on to the next step. Next thing I need is a cup of shredded Swiss cheese. I've got about a 4-ounce block here. That should be enough. And we're just going to go ahead and shred it until we get about a cup. That's probably about it right there. Alright, now let's make our meatballs. I'm going to take 2 pounds of ground chuck that I got yesterday. And then to that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of caraway seeds. That's the seeds that's in rye bread. 1 teaspoon of salt. A half teaspoon of black pepper. 3 tablespoons of dried parsley. You can use a half a cup of fresh parsley if you've just chopped it. That's fine. Our cup of cheese that we just made. The half cup of breadcrumbs that we just made, and 2 eggs. Now I used 2 eggs, but one of my eggs had a double yolk in it, so it looks like I'm using 3, but there's really 2. And then first I'm going to chop this up a little bit, but then the only way to do this probably is with your hands. We're just going to mix this together. Don't overwork it, but mix it together till it's completely mixed. And the only way to do this really is just by hand. It makes a mess. We're just going to squeeze it all together. Just until it's evenly distributed all throughout. And I think that's about it. We've got all our breadcrumbs mixed in together. And all that parsley is mixed in. And all the cheese. And all the spices. And now we're going to move on to our next step. Okay, so our next step is we're going to take a 1/4 cup of this mixture. I have my 1/4 cup scoop here. Just going to get out a 1/4 cup of it. And we're going to roll this into a nice meatball. And set it aside. And just keep going. 1/4 cup scoops of it. Okay, so I have my iron skillet here heated up over medium-high heat. I'm going to add a couple of my meatballs. I won't be able to fit them all in here. I've got a little layer of oil in the bottom too. And we're going to do, looks like 7 at a time. And just sear them real good on one side. Should only take a couple minutes. Okay, so once I got them good and seared on one side, I'm going to flip them over real quick and just get the other side. We're not going to do them completely on the skillet. I just want them to get a good seal as much as possible here. Just flip them over. Okay, once I've gotten both sides seared pretty good, I'm going to take them out and put them on a pre-oiled plate that I have set up here just for that purpose. And just get them out of here for right now. And we'll go ahead and make our next batch. Should be 7 more. Same thing here. I'm going to take these up, and I've got 3 more that need to be done. Okay, so we're going to then take our tray of meatballs that we set aside here, and we're going to pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes until the meatballs are done the whole way through. So while my meatballs are baking, I've got a dozen slider rolls here, and I'm going to lay them out very carefully with the cut size facing up. See if I can get all 12 of them on this tray. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to brush these with a little bit of butter, one at a time, a little bit of melted butter to get the tops nice and buttery.
And of course toasty.
Yeah, we're going to toast these in the oven once our meatballs are done. Just to get them nice and toasted. Okay, for our next step here, I'm going to take 2 cups of sauerkraut that I've drained. There's very little liquid in it. And we're going to slowly heat this over medium heat. Just get it a little warm here. That's all we need. Okay, now that our sauerkraut is warmed up pretty good, I'm going to take some Thousand Island dressing and mix in with it. I'm just going to eyeball it. Just to get it wet down pretty good. Doesn't take a lot, just to get it pretty wet. And that's probably actually all we need. Give me a little bit more here. And that's probably all we need. And we are ready for our next step. Okay, well the final thing I need to do here is assemble our Reuben sliders. I'm going to take one of our bottom buns, just like this. We're going to stick one of the meatballs on it. Get a top bun ready. Put a spoonful of the sauerkraut. Put the top bun on. And then hold it together with a little skewer. And that's it. We're going to do that as many times as we got buns and meatballs for. And now for the best part of all, the taste test. This is a pretty tall sandwich here, so I'm going to try to grab a hold of it and get a bite. That is sweet and tangy. The meatball has a little bit of a rye taste to it. You guys are going to love it. Wrapping up today, I want to thank you all for joining us and encourage you to check out our friends and support channels listed in the description below. But before I go, always remember, good times and good food only on Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. We'll see you soon.
If you like this video or any of our other videos,
Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for future shows.